Welcome to my channel. I'm Chris Shawarma and I'm on the Shawarma Grind. The Shawarma Grind is my daily regimen where I build upon a minimum of 100 push-ups. Usually I do a lot more. 100 is only there if I need to recover. And if I'm on a normal grind, I'll usually do 200, 300, up to 500. And lately I've been doing 100 obligatory squats every day as well. I'm on a streak of 131 days, non-stop, no rests, daily workout. That's over 4 months. That's amazing, isn't it? I hadn't even thought about it like that. But with the passing of time, I've been accumulating comments, questions, and one of the questions I get asked a lot is if I have any injuries, if I feel any pain in my elbows, in my wrists, do I feel this is sustainable, etc. Or how do I avoid getting injuries? So I wrote down some points, some bullet points I would like to discuss with you today, and maybe it helps you to understand how it's possible that I've been sustaining this regimen for such a long time without injuries. Now, let me tell you something. I've been working out for quite a while now, and I haven't had an injury that's related to my training. There was a time where I was a competitive climber, a boulderer. And I do remember having tendinitis in my forearms, but that was due to the overuse of my grip strength. I started working out the flexors of my forearm and that disappeared. So it was just a thing about creating balance. But this insight has become a principle in my training. And let me talk to you about that because, well, first of all, the push-up is a body weight exercise. And I think it's very hard to injure yourself doing body weight exercises. At least if you're doing them on a very neutral position. So I do nothing that's weird. I don't do, like archer push-ups. I don't do any type of unbalanced push-ups. I don't use a ball to elevate one hand and things of this nature. I stick to the push-up. Sometimes I'll do diamond push-ups. I'll go a little bit wider, but per se, the rule in my training is that I should start with a neutral position. That way, I develop muscles in a very balanced way. The same with the squats. I go for a very neutral stance. Same with the pull-ups. Same for my muscle-ups. Why do I do this? I think, there's a natural range of motion that joints can go through. And if you practice that middle point, then you should be able to sometimes deviate from that, avoiding injuries. Now, I don't like to work on the periphery, on the limits of what should be that range of motion. And to be honest, I don't even know if there's such a real thing as a natural range of motion. Because, if you're going to practice these movements for some sort of survival, some sort of fight training, MMA training, you're going to be put in all sorts of different positions, but not during training. That's my rule. So let's start with bullet point number 1 on my list. Joint-friendly movements. That's the principle of calisthenics. They are joint-friendly. I'm not putting extra weights. I'm not wearing vests. I'm just going for high reps. And that's it. So in my perception of things, this should be no problem for my joints. Bullet point number 2. These movements I practice, the muscle up, the push up, the squat, they improve functional strength. So they emphasize functional movements that mimic real life activities. So let's say you fall to the ground and you need to get up. That's a burpee, basically. So these are real life situations I'm practicing over and over and over again. Bullet point number 3, balanced muscle development. Calisthenics, like push-ups, engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously. You're in the plank position going down, you have a straight line of tension throughout the body. That promotes balanced muscle development. I'm not inclining in one way or the other. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. And this balance contributes to joint stability and reduces the risk of overuse injuries associated with uneven muscle development. I think that's a very common sense way to see training, and that's why I practice it like this, because I want this to go for the long run. I'm not looking for short-term gains, nuh-uh. I want to be able to do this in my 60s. Bullet point number 4, enhanced core strength through the push-ups. So many bodyweight exercise, they engage the core muscles, especially the plank position of the push-up or the knee movement on the Navy SEAL. A strong core is crucial for maintaining proper posture and stability. The core is not just the abs, it's the lower back as well, and it's the side muscles, so this structure should be cultivated, should be trained. There's an emphasis being made when you do these type of exercises. And this reduces the risk of injuries in various physical activities. I mean, if you have a strong core, you can carry something, and you will carry that load on the pneumatic action that the abs habilitate, and the balancing movement that the lower back should do. You don't carry stuff and the load goes on your back, it goes on your core. Have you ever seen people carrying those huge bags of coffee beans, of cement? They don't have an arched back like this. No, they're hunched forward because the abs are helping you create the necessary support to carry. Bullet point number 5, improved flexibility and range of motion. Practice the squat and you'll be able to deep squat always. There's no real controversy behind this insight. I wrote something down, I'm going to read it. Calisthenics exercises often involve a full range of motion, contributing to enhanced flexibility. Increased flexibility can protect against injuries by improving joint mobility and reducing the likelihood of strains or sprains. Try it out. I mean, the only way I've been able to gather this knowledge is through trial and error. Until now, the trial has shown very little error. Point number 6, lower risk of overtraining. I've trained with weights, and let me tell you, the overtraining is real. I kid you not. I mean, I've been over lactated, with lactic acid in the muscles through weight training. I haven't reached that level of intensity of DOMS through body weight training, and I don't wish to either. So I wrote something down. With body weight exercises, it's generally easier to regulate intensity and volume. My lowest rep count for the push-up should be 100, but I can go above. And if I'm feeling too sore, I'll just tone it down. This can help prevent overtraining, a common cause of injuries. You have the flexibility to adjust your workout intensity based on how your body feels each day. So today I did 200 push-ups. 2 days ago I only did 100. And a while ago I did 500, and so on and so forth. So I'm going up and down depending on how I feel, and I can do progressions as well. Bullet point number 7. Adaptable to fitness levels, and this is absolutely crucial. Calisthenics exercises can be adapted to different fitness levels. I mean, I'm doing a minimum of 100, but someone could start with 20. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced athlete, you can adjust the difficulty of exercises, reducing the risk of pushing your body beyond its limits. Another common sense insight gained through sheer practice. Number 8, enhanced body awareness. You know, that's the dimension of somatics, proprioception. Body weight exercises often require greater body awareness and control. This mindfulness can help prevent injuries by ensuring that you perform exercises with proper form and technique. So I always record my sessions and I look at the quality of my reps. But this is after a workout. During a workout, I have some pointers, some things I need to check on my list in order for me to be happy with the quality of my reps. And that's just like tucking in the elbows, going for a deep push-up, going in for a deep squat, going in for a high pull-up, squeezing in the back. You know, there's all sorts of aspects within each movement that you should be aware of in order to criticize your own performance. Recording yourself is a first step towards this direction. Bullet point number 9, minimal equipment, maximum results. That's the basic premise of calisthenics. You need no equipment. You got the floor. Well, maybe you need a pull-up bar, maybe you need some dip bars, but you know, that's an extra. The push-up, you got the floor. The squat, you got the floor. Sit-ups, you got the floor. That's it. So I wrote this down. Calisthenics requires minimal equipment, making it accessible to anybody. The simplicity of the exercise reduces the risk of accidents associated with complex gym machinery and the use of weights. So, bullet point number 10, long-term sustainability. And that's, for me, the most important thing. Bodyweight training is a sustainable long-term fitness approach. It reduces the likelihood of acute injuries and supports consistent injury-free training over the years. I remember reading about longevity exercises practiced in Scandinavian countries amongst people who are in their 80s, 90s, and what is tendentially also happening more and more, people in their hundreds. There's centennials now. And what they do is that they teach them how to fall properly. And I'm like, what do you mean by that, fall properly? Well, one thing about these older people is that they're usually alone. And if they fall, they might break a hip, break a joint, break their wrist, whatever, and then they won't be able to get up. So by practicing a fall and getting back up, you are preparing for the eventual situation where you have to do this in real life. And what else does the burpee do? You know, you go to the floor and come back down. You throw yourself to the floor. There's an impact being received and there's an exertion being made in order to get back up. So my perspective here is that right now at 43 years of age, I want to avoid injuries. And that doesn't mean I don't want to train with weights every now and then, but my obligatory training movements will be the push-up. It is also very easy to introduce the push-up into a burpee and to create a conglomerate of workouts that only work with body weight exercises. So I hope this helps you stay injury-free. I want to stay injury-free too. I don't want to depend on any supplements. I don't take vitamins. I don't take minerals. I don't take protein powders. I am a plant-based individual, and I want to stay like that. It's been over 8 years. In May 2024, it'll be 9 years. And I mean, this might not be for everybody. I'm not telling you to be a vegan. I'm not telling you to do push-ups. I'm just telling you that I have found that doing body weight exercises and eating clean like I do, not always. I like to drink beers too, you know, and stuff like that, but I don't do anything extra. I think I should be able to live a prosperous life with whatever I got around me. So, in this sense, let's keep getting swole, let's keep getting fit, let's go for the long run. You know, we're not here for short-term gains. I want long-term gains. So if that's your objective as well, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and let's keep the grind alive.